Back on TYT Sports, we're rolling in more guests throughout the last week and a half. We've had some good ones, but a good friend of mine over at TMZ was able to set this up for us. Lathan's coming on. Van, first off, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. How you guys doing over there?
Doing good. I'm doing good. The TMZ is our neighbor in a way. They're not too far down the road from us, but we've also gone back and forth with content for years on end. And one of the people I've wanted to have on is yourself. We've had Evan on in the past. Obviously, we needed to round out the duo, at least, that does TMZ Sports. And one of the stories.
Why would you have Evan on before me? I guess that's the question I'm wondering.
Let's see. I can throw like 3 people under the bus. I got to figure out if I want to do that now or like 15 minutes from now. Well, look, Evan got pied in the face by Daniel Cormier. That's still like one of the top moments, not necessarily of my life, but the fact that I love Daniel Cormier. The fact that he was in the studio alone was awesome. But so one of the stories this morning on TMZ Sports, which involves 2 hosts from Fox Sports, and I love to, obviously talk my trash when it comes to other hosts in the world, but I like these 2 hosts in this sense, and Cris Carter and Nick Wright. They were discussing, and we'll throw to the video in post-production, I'm sure you've seen it at this point, LeBron could pass Jordan in terms of greatest player of all time. That's not necessarily out of the question, but Jordan brand shoes is the downright king of all footwear. And Cris Carter mentions it has a lot to do with the women. Did you agree with that? Do you think that's the case, or do you think LeBron has a chance? I can't even believe what I'm saying, but go on.
The reality is that he has no chance. Right. I mean, he has a chance in a sense to catch Michael Jordan. To be honest with you, I'm not really sure that he has a chance to catch Michael Jordan in terms of being the greatest basketball player of all time. I think that if you look at the similar points in their career, I think a lot of people have made up their mind about LeBron James. And I think a lot of people in their minds, Jordan exists as something more than a basketball player, even more than an athlete. But like you said, that's still at least in the realm of possibility. The shoes are done. Now, what they were saying was that women really gravitate towards and wear Jordans. They wear Jordan brand apparel, and you haven't really seen the same thing with the LeBron situation. And I had never actually thought about that, but when you think about it, it's true. The Jordan brand stuff, and specifically the shoes themselves, the retros or the current ones, they're like high fashion now. Like people wear them at weddings. They wear them on the runways. They wear them all over the place. I know several women that say, you ask them what they want for their birthday, and they don't say they want Manolo Blahniks or Jimmy Choo's.
Right.
They say they want brand 12s or something like that. And the reverence of the LeBron James shoe or the LeBron James brand hasn't even begun to inch towards that. So while I had never thought about it before, I think that Cris actually makes a pretty good point.
Here's one of the things I was shocked about, and I was looking up a lot of information about this, before the show. For one, Nike's like stock dipped over the last like 10 months, and like the one spike was like right after the Cavs won the championship, which isn't surprising. People would go probably buy some more LeBrons because he holds up a ring in Cleveland or a trophy in Cleveland. But like I'm trying to prove a point as I'm trying to take off my shoe. This is what LeBron doesn't have. He doesn't have a one. Like, right. As you're mentioning high fashion, like first of all, I've been wearing Jordan 1s for a while, but I'm also somebody who doesn't necessarily think LeBron is the best looking wear-aroundable shoe. As you mentioned high fashion, like I've seen grooms do, like when their groomsmen do 5 pairs of Jordan 1s for their weddings. Like, I don't think even LeBron at his own wedding had like LeBron 3s going down across for everybody. J.R. Smith rocking them too. Like,
right.
I just don't see that being the case.
The thing is that these shoes, and there's something else to this, is in the last 15 or 20 years, the technology that has gone into these shoes, these are like amazing basketball shoes. Oh yeah. Like I hoop a lot. When you're on the court and you're wearing LeBrons or even Kobe's or shoes like that, like they have all of this stuff to make them performance shoes. So while the look is very important, and I know that people do wear them, I think it's less important than what it was. Like it was a crime when I was growing up to hoop in some Jordans. It was a crime. You did not wear and get those shoes cut school, risk your life to walk through the neighborhood with the shoes to then go scuffle up on a basketball court. But if you're on the court right now and you see guys playing in LeBrons, they're playing in their Kyries, they're playing in their Kobe's. So I think that the focus is a little bit different. And I don't really see anyone. The only shoe that's gonna compete with a Jordan as far as the fashion situation is gonna be the Yeezys. The Yeezys are the next best thing to a Jordan if you're gonna have a fashion shoe, and those are too hard to get for most of the average Joes, so they'll probably never be as widely consumed as what Michael's shoes are.
I was gonna mention, I thought that was like the best thing Adidas did over the last 2-3 years was the Yeezys, because you see people, and again, you have to split the two completely. You mentioned in terms of playing the actual game of basketball, like I play in Kobe's, it's a matter of comfort. Like to me, it doesn't matter what they look like if I'm playing in them. It only comes down to what's the best shoe, most comfortable for you to play in. Like some people love the KDs. I'm not sure if you've ever tried those on, but you need a long alien ass foot to play in that shoe. It is like they have the sock material, the laces don't work. The toe is split from the bottom because KD plays on his toes. That's what he says. And the funniest thing to me about that, and just generally playing the game of basketball, like we're not KD. You're not KD. I'm not nobody. Like he's one of the most lethal scorers in the NBA. So I love the idea that it's like I wear KDs, I can be like KD. Well, I wear Kobe's and I can't shoot. So
I don't want a shoe that's tailored to the guy who's a 7-foot unicorn that's born once a generation. I want the shoe that's gonna be light, that's gonna be comfortable, and that's why I play in the Kobe's, because really anybody could wear the Kobe's and get the buckets in them, man.
Of course, but also, I mean, as TMZ, maybe you can't tell, Van's the only 7-footer on TMZ. Like, you know, he's actually sitting down if you watch the show. It just doesn't look like it.
Here's the deal though. I'm tall, but they're so small. They're so small, man. We're in the lollipop guild over here. I promise you, bro.
What do you collect?
They're really small. They're small people.
You collect all like the 5'7" people in LA and give them jobs at TMZ? How does that even work? It's Los Angeles. You walk down the Santa Monica, it's 6'5" people everywhere.
But our boss is a diminutive man, and he likes to surround himself with people that make him feel great. So that's what we do. He's a great guy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Man, thanks for joining me. This was a lot of fun. Van, where can they follow you on Instagram, on Twitter? You actually have a pretty funny Instagram. I'll give you credit for that. Some of the things that get posted there make me laugh out loud, and I'm pretty critical of the Instagram, even though I don't know what the hell I'm doing with that stuff. So is it at Van Lathan?
At Van Lathan, Twitter and Instagram. I really like you guys' show, and I don't say that generally, but I really do. I've been watching you guys for a very long time. It was a pleasure to be on with y'all today.
Thanks, man. We'll definitely do it again sometime soon. I also know of a secret about the food situation on Fridays at TMZ, so I'm gonna have to obviously get over there at some point.
Come through. Come through. All you can eat, baby.
All right, man. Take it easy. Good talking to you.
Peace, bro.